New reports from Spanish digital media OK Diario reveal essentially that the latest documents provided by Venezuelan former intelligence chief Hugo Carvajal to Spain's authorities show that the Venezuelan regime essentially paid Latin American leaders during their presidential campaigns and, of course, during their respective governments. Essentially, we're talking about former Argentine President Nestor Kirchner, along with his wife Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, once she became the Argentine president. We're talking about Lula da Silva, not only during his presidential campaign, but also during his administration in Brazil. We're talking, of course, about Evo Morales in Bolivia, also in the same situation. Of course, Rafael Correa, the former president of Ecuador, and the most controversial case, considering that he is currently the main candidate for the upcoming presidential elections in Colombia, Gustavo Petro. The documents provided by Hugo Carvajal show that the Venezuelan regime has been paying Colombian extreme leftist Gustavo Petro. Of course, everyone knows that Carvajal is taking these steps in order to avoid extradition from Spain to the United States. He is making all types of actions to prevent this outcome. However, many legal analysts believe that it is almost impossible for him to save from this, from this fate, essentially. So, what these documents show about how the Venezuelan regime has been paying these politicians, this is something that could severely affect Gustavo Petro and especially Lula da Silva, because we need to take into consideration the fact that Lula da Silva is now free of jail and he will be the main candidate of the Brazilian opposition to battle against right-wing President Jair Bolsonaro in the next Brazilian presidential election. So many believe that these documents could represent some kind of political ammo, political ammunition for Bolsonaro's party and for the Brazilian government in order to essentially create all type of media attacks against Lula da Silva. Especially because we need to remember that the Venezuelan regime has been accused not only of violating human rights consistently, but also of being deeply involved in drug trafficking. So we don't know for sure if the money that Venezuelan regime used to pay these politicians was essentially drug money. So this could be something extremely harmful for Lula da Silva, and of course this could become some kind of Deus ex machina for President Bolsonaro in his attempt to get re-elected. At the same time, this is something quite similar in Colombian case, considering that right now Gustavo Petro is essentially the favorite to win the election, so this situation could also severely affect him. Reporting from Medellin, Colombia, Luis Orozco, Newsweek.